Okay, guys, are you ready? Who's better?
Let's
No
go.
bias, please.
No bias.
No bias. All right, I've thought about this week, and I was like, okay, so who's better, Jamal Musiala or Jude Bellingham?
Musiala.
That's a weird matchup, man. I thought you were gonna say JAMAL.
Why?
I don't know.
They're both tens. Why in the Bible?
I feel like they're just different players. Musiala is, I think, it's just more front. It's just more attacking, So, that's a tough one.
According to, last year, Bellingham was basically playing like a number 9, false 9/10. So
that's true. But are we going to see that again?
That's where Jamal Musiala plays as well for club and country.
That's right. So if we're using just last season, okay, but this season, for example, Bellingham, and I don't think we're gonna see him play there much more this season. With the way Madrid is set up right now. So that's what came to my mind. But I'll let Terry go first. Terry, you go.
Musiala for me is clear. No bias, yeah. Musiala is clear for me. Musiala is clear. Like Musiala is so smart. He's so good with his feet. He's such a clever player. He can dribble. He can pass. I think he's got everything in that 10 position. Like Bellingham is a great player. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to down. But if we're talking about 10s, because I'm assuming you were comparing 2 10s,
right,
in that sense, because obviously Bellingham can play in the 8. If you're talking about the 8, Bellingham for me is a better 8. Than a Musiala.
Who's the better player? I'm not asking those. If we're talking about keeper, who's the better keeper? No, who's the better player?
For me, Musiala, is the better player because, I just feel like he's just better on the ball. But that's the thing is, Bellingham he's more athletic and he can do more off the ball as well than a Musiala.
That's what I'm saying. It depends on what. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that's why I was bringing the position conversation in there because it depends on where you put them. But Musiala for me is clear because I just think for me he's the best young player in the world right now. He's just a genius.
Well,
yeah, for me.
You're talking about Bellingham who's in the race for Ballon d'Or and Musiala is nowhere near that.
I wouldn't say it's nowhere near that, but I think it also depends on
it's nowhere near.
Yeah, I think it also depends on where you're playing and if Bellingham is not playing if Bellingham scores 20 goals at Dortmund, he's probably still not in the Ballon d'Or.
That's
why he's in the Ballon d'Or race. So it also depends on that.
So Bayern Munich is not a club.
No, I'm not saying. I'm just saying. I'm talking. It also depends on where you're playing and what season they had. Ballon d'Or is not just your performance; it's what you won. That's not necessarily you. That's also depends on your team. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about as well. So for me, Musiala is the better player. I don't see, apart from defensively, if offensively with the ball, how somebody can impact the game. Musiala is clear. Bellingham is a great player. But he's very much hustle and bustle, making runs, getting the rap. He's very good with his positional awareness. I'll give him that. He's very much. He reminds me of a Lampard. He just knows where to be at the right time. But as a player himself, is he the guy that's gonna open up a defense? Is he the guy that's gonna I don't know.
He sort of did that last season. He was opening up defense
He wasn't not with his play. He was opening up defensive with his movement and then getting there at the right time to score. Yeah, but
he's not gonna be the guy that's gonna go past 5 people like Musiala does. That's for sure.
Yeah. Which is a good thing.
If I have to choose between those two, I'll ask myself, what do I need in my team? Because Bellingham's work rate is just unbelievable, right? He's a reliable player on both ends of the field. So that's what makes it tough for me. But if I have to choose just right off the bat, I don't care position. I don't care. I just want to have the best out of the two. That's tough, man. That's tough. I'll lean towards Musiala. The kid,
bro, it's magic.
Craziness. It's just showing flashes of brilliance we haven't seen in a long time. The way he penetrates, it's amazing. So just for the impact, just for the fact that I love him more as a player, I would say Musiala. Yeah.
That's why I said no bias. Right? So for me,
I mean, everything is biased. You can never be not biased. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, the reason why we do this is because of the decision is tough, right? So we're not gonna do an obvious one. So, but for me, I thought about this, and just to, Musiala is a fantastic player, but I think and Musiala has probably the higher ceiling than Bellingham. But if you want to talk about right now, the more complete player right now is Bellingham right now.
Yeah.
In terms of being complete, right now, I think it's Bellingham. And what he did last year at Real Madrid, first year at Real Madrid, was unbelievable. And that cannot be overlooked. To be honest, that cannot be overlooked. Yes, we're gonna talk about with England and this and that, but even with England, he was bad. But he also came up with some crazy
goals.
Some crazy moments, and he has that in his locker. And yeah, I mean, it's tough. It's a tough decision. Musiala is a brilliant player, and like I said, I think Musiala has the highest ceiling for me. So maybe in 2 or 3 years' time, Musiala will overtake him overall. But right now, if we're gonna talk about right now, who's better for me? The overall better player is Bellingham.
I think with Bellingham, I would say as well, like, there's a bit of, obviously in the game right now, if you score a lot of goals, people assume that you're good. And like, I feel like there is a little bit, I'm not saying he's a bad player, but like there is a little bit of that with Bellingham as well, where because he scores goals, and especially last year because he scored goals, like everybody was saying like, oh, like Bellingham. But
it's not just
I watched a lot of Madrid towards the end of the season. He would not play well. He had a
rough second half of the season, but you've also
and that's his best season.
You've also seen Bellingham just taking games by the scruff of the neck and dominating games as well, man. That's happened as well. So it's just a question of opinions. But like for me, the more all-round better player better player for me is just, it has to be Bellingham right now.
That's fair enough. Fair enough.
Guys, like, share, comment, and press that subscribe button and let us know, who do you think is better, Jamal Musiala or Jude Bellingham? Let us know in the comments, guys. That this was who is better. We'll see you next time.
Take care.